Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Broom Paladin is perhaps the best deck in the game right now, but I didn't want to play Broom Paladin. I've been yearning for the days of Control Paladin, so I want to try and see if I can build a control version of Paladin that would actually be functional on the ladder. And yeah, I did pretty well with this deck. I climbed a couple of 100 legend ranks, hitting top 500 legend with this, and it was a lot of fun, just playing this slower tempo game, just removing stuff, because it's a Control Paladin deck. This has all the removal tools. There's Lord Barrow, there's 2 copies of Libra of Justice, 2 copies of Pyromancer, there's Consecrations, there's even room for Yogg-Saron. Yogg-Saron was experimented with in these more mid-range Paladin archetypes earlier in Madness at the Darkmoon Faire, but it just wasn't a good fit, because those Paladin decks still, they want to be quite proactive, they want to kill the opponent. Whereas with this one, I'm more like chilling and then just killing them at my leisure a little bit later in the game. So Yogg-Saron is a much better fit into this one. Activating Yogg-Saron Paladin is of course rather trivial, because Libra of Wisdom just keep playing that over and over again, and Yogg-Saron is active almost by itself. But it just didn't fit into the faster Paladin decks, but it was doing better in this one. I also managed to put in Red Scale Dragon Tamers, 2 of some dragons, and Amber Watcher is the dragon of choice, a little bit more healing. Now that Soul Demon Hunter isn't OTKing people all over the place, this sort of slower Paladin style seems to be pretty effective, especially against Shaman. I'm running double Kobold Sticky Finger, so I can steal some of their weapons. I have pretty good minions that I can evolve as well, as long as I'm careful about not evolving my Librans of Wisdom unnecessarily away. But yeah, had a great time with this deck. I don't think the deck is completely finalized at the moment. Stuff like Murgle and maybe even Air Raid might be a little questionable. Maybe there would be room for some Penflingers, maybe there would be room for some other early game cards still. But overall, the main idea of the deck seems to be pretty coherent. It's a control deck, it has a lot of removal tools, and then Librams form the actual wing condition of the deck. So once you're exhausting the opponent's resources, you go in with your big Librams of Hope and win the game. As for the mulligans with this deck, the mulligans are very similar to just regular Broom Paladin. You want your first day of school, you want your Elder Attendant, then Hand of Fadal maybe if you have some of these minions, and if you have an Attendant maybe you can keep a Libra of Wisdom. And then you're looking for appropriate removal for the matchup, like Kobold Sticky Finger, maybe Pyromancer. That sort of stuff can be okay if you're defending against something like a Shaman. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also support the content that I create by joining as a member here on YouTube, or joining as a subscriber on Twitch where I stream Hearthstone. And now, let's go take a look at Control Paladin in action. Let's keep the Attendant and the Sticky Finger and see where that takes me. Attendant into Hand of Fadal. I like that. I'm feeling very Paladin-y already. Shaman kept 3 cards, they have the coin. If they have the bloom and they're going to bloom me with the weapon on 2, then that's going to suck. Wing condition for Control Paladin. It's Librams. I mean, it's just Librams. Librams will just win, right? Why is there a tour guide in that deck? Is it like a... Is it some kind of a totem shaman? If there's going to be a bloom and weapon now... Well, at least there wasn't bloom and weapon. There could still be bloom and weapon next turn. There could be a revolve next turn. Ouch. And all of this is too early for the Sticky Finger. Is it the bloom and weapon? It looks like bloom and weapon or revolve to me. Just a clacker. That's not too bad. I can live with a clacker. That's okay. I can live with that. A couple of 4-drops. I need to kill a 4-drop. Too bad I didn't have spells for the Pyro. Would have been sweet. So the weapon isn't there, right? The weapon could still be there. It's still possible. So the 3-drop and the 4-drop will survive. And can be used for the weapon turn. I just need to air raid a lot here. Shaman could kill all of these and then weapon. They could also like kill... They can kill a few of these and then weapon. If they have the weapon, that's still going to be really good for the Shaman. But if they don't have the weapon, this can be pretty good for me. If they have the weapon, they kill off the totem, then they use the weapon to kill the final 1/1. But I kind of needed to play with the assumption that maybe they don't have the weapon there. And they have the weapon. That sucks. Oh, they also have a crit Corsair. Holy guacamole, that sucks so bad. Look at that luck. That's incredible. Okay, so we're up against the luckiest Shaman alive. Except that we have a Libra of Justice. Okay. Maybe we can still do this. Shaman has only one card. And that's so lucky. Okay. It wasn't the luckiest Shaman alive. Because they had super cards, but I got a good top deck. Awesome. I mean, I could have had, like, Libra of Wisdom earlier, in which case the Shaman would have never been able to build a board in the first place. That could have happened. Now Shaman has another weapon coming. And Shaman will get an Astromancer Solarian. They have weapon, they have a spell. That Solarian could hurt me in the end. I still need to consecrate this. Well, Pyro would die when I do something anyway, so maybe they just didn't feel the need. Weapon, spell, one top deck card. Is it a good one? This is no big deal. How good is the top deck card? Can it be played together with the weapon? I guess the spell can also be awkward, but... Really? I mean, it could be a Horde Pillager, I guess. Oh, really? Okay. I still have to take the weapon, even if there is a Horde Pillager. I still have to take the weapon. I need to get a big board out there. I have to hit into that and nibble this board. Into something more powerful. There's that one random spell. I haven't seen a Libra of Wisdom. So Liadrin only has one Hand of Adal in it. Evolve. Okay. And it's off to the races. That deals 5 damage to all minions. I mean, it could wipe the board if I let it go off. Trade, trade. I still don't want to let it go off, right? I think I want to kill that. I kill off this one. I double trade into that one. And I play the Liber of Hope. To summon 2 8/8s with Divine Shield. I think this is the optimal line here. They should make it extremely difficult for the shaman to survive. $17, 18, 18 plus 6, 24 damage. And all of that damage is going to the dome here. I'm really not going to start trading there. Shaman can't even evolve this board with the weapon because they can't face tank the taunts. You live by the random, you die by the random. Too expensive against a rogue. I might try with Barrow. See if I can get something done with it. I'm most afraid of course, the Questings and the Edwin. Rogue doesn't have a coin. I count that as an upside. Because that just allows so many more flexible, really early tempo and combo plays.
I cannot wait to read these.
I have like Barrow Pyro coin. Really? Spending a backstab with no upside to it? I'm not sure I fully get it, but okay. Let's see what happens next.
Care to make a wager, friend?
That's not bad, I suppose. Now I have some fancy plays with the Pyromancer later on. I might spend it elsewhere, just in case this gets thrown back into the hand. So I have the option to also do it like this. So then I have a 2-1 and a 2-2. And now on the board both of these cannot be killed. We're also getting closer to the potential Barrow turn. Because I'm anticipating a value trade with that. And stuff that might happen after that. But then what? Ah, that was a good one. I'm quite far away from doing just like Barrow Consecration. Then there's like Pyromancer plays. Pyro, Libram. Nah, I don't like that either. I also don't like taking a bunch of damage. I think I need to be patient here. Just do it like this for the time being. Let's see what happens. How are we doing tonight? Well, I mean, I'm 480 and I started from 780, so I've climbed 300 ranks playing nothing but off-meta control decks. So it seems pretty good. Here comes the questing. I have the Pyromancer and the Barrow that I have been saving for this occasion. This joyful occasion. Oh, now I would also have the Pyro Libram of Justice available. Pyro Coin Consecration doesn't quite kill these. Pyro Libram of Justice could be played now. That's not bad. Then I still have like Barrow Coin Consecration available. So Libram of Justice here. And then that one over there. Okay, so we clear that board. But there is a reborn minion. There's an alternative to try to hold this one back. Was there something I could have done with Barrow? No, not quite yet. But I can't kill a reborn without the Pyro. Unless I face tank the second half of it. I played Highlander Mage, the same one that I ended yesterday's stream with. And it just did extremely well. And then after that I've been playing this one. So far so good. Oh, that hurts. I lost my Libram. I liked that Libram, that was a fun Libram. Yeah, that's tough. Hazy subscribed. Hi, welcome to God. I'm happy to have you here. I'll try playing these. There are those two reborn minions that I'm concerned about. I can kill the first half with the Barrow Consecration. Why is it always a Winged Guardian? Is there some specific reason for it? Because that's bad, because now that means that I have to spend the Barrow. And that means that I don't have the tools to answer the Edwin and the second questing. Why is it always a Winged Guardian? It wasn't Winged Guardian last game too. I won that game though. But this time it will be a little bit too much. Because I still have not seen. I mean, there's a Dragon in hand, there's another Reborn in hand, there's Edwin and questing left in the deck. I mean, I have Murloc or I have Yogg-Saron. I have some things that are still available to me. Can I afford to wait? Maybe I can afford to wait, actually. Maybe waiting is the right call here. Maybe the Rogue commits more. There's a chance that the Rogue will be happy with these, but there's also a chance that the Rogue commits more. They had two Winged Guardians. That is getting to be a bit much, I would say. That's a bit much. I will have to respond to this, and then there's still a Dragon in hand. There's still Edwin and questing coming. I won't be able to handle all of that.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
What if they... I'll take the damage anyway, right? Looking bad. Why no Broom in the deck? This is a Control Paladin. This is not a mid-range Paladin. So you're looking at a completely different archetype. Well, this is tough now. I mean, if they didn't roll 2 copies of Winged Guardian from their 2 Pharaoh Cats, I would have been in a much better position. Sadly they did. Merkel Prime will do me no good if I'm dead. They have the Dragon.
Looks like I'm here just in time.
So, and then 1 top deck card, but those should be enough for the Rogue. Ah, that also generates more stuff. So I will die over 2 turns. Unless I top deck a Libram of Hope, I suppose. A Libram of Hope top deck could definitely do things here. Or Yogg-Saron. Truthseeker is a little less likely to succeed, but it is possible. It is possible that the rogue... I mean, there's one legendary minion and one top deck card. And if neither of those deals 6 damage to the Truth Seeker, then I will survive another turn. What is the random legendary card? That was very surprising. That Arcane Intellect is great though. I still haven't seen the Edwin. There's also one Eviscerate left, which would be lethal next turn with another card. So if the rogue can find the Eviscerate, that would be lethal, unless I find a Libram of Hope. In which case... I need to play this instead of the Murgle, right? Rogue has 3 cards, there's 30% chance or more for the Eviscerate. I think I have to play the Libram here. Okay, so there's a questing adventurer inside the Terran Fiend. But I managed to get to 15 health, so... And Rogue now has 3 cards. I've seen both Secret Passages, I've seen both Wand Thieves. I've seen one of the World Kickmasters. There's an Edwin left too. There's a Miscreant left. It goes right down the wire, doesn't it? Right down the wire. There is a Shadow Step left. 2 copies of Shadow Step, in fact. Oh dear. If the rogue now found both Shadow Steps... They found both Shadow Steps. That could prove to be lethal. It doesn't set up lethal though, right? Because rogue would still need to play a lot of... No, with the Edwin and the Shadow Step, both. Oh... That sets up lethal. That was a phenomenal draw. They had to use every card they had there. Okay. So I did die. But the draw had to be exactly the Pillager double Shadow Step Edwin. Nothing else would have done it. There were no other routes for the rogue. Still 6 cards remaining. Any charge Murlocs? 1 charge Murloc. But that's not enough, that's only 7 damage. So it cannot kill the questing. Well, that wouldn't be enough anyway because of the Edwin. So sadly that game ends in a loss. We'll see. Up against Shaman, obviously would like to find a Sticky Finger, and I hope that Shaman doesn't find Bloom. Because if they can Bloom their weapon, that will be some really bad news for me. Shaman kept everything, so Shaman should have perfect cards here. This is obviously a problem for me. Getting a Knife Juggler out there. Splendid for the Shaman. Couldn't go any better for them. But we'll see. Still some things I can do here. Not completely over. I could do Pyromancer, Coin, Libram. That will kill these minions here. Still 2 more cards that were kept. I think I need to just play the Air Raid here. I'd hold on to the coin for now. Unless the Shaman finds Bloom, they can't weapon this turn. Then I can clear with the Pyromancer. I can't clear that with the Pyromancer though. It has 3 health. Pyro can only deal 2. Well, if things go like this, then I can clear it with the Pyro. The weapon is most likely in hand. What if I coin the Truth Seeker? That will discount the Librams, including the Libram of Justice, which then allows me to do Pyro Justice later. And I can kill that one now with this. I could also get more Libram of Wisdom casts going if I want. But I do want, right? So it's the Truth Seeker. So this becomes free, so that I can use that. I can kill the Knife Juggler, I will get it back. I will get another cast of it over here. Shaman could revolve this. They would get a 3-drop, I would get a 5-drop, I'd lose the Libram. That would be perfectly acceptable. If they go with the weapon route, either they leave this alive, or they sacrifice the Instructor. This is still fine. This is not a big deal at all. I have the air raid if I want to go wide. Then the weapon and the Voracious Reader can do some trading. Or I can get one bigger minion on the board. That bigger minion would have my Libram on it. I think I want to go with the air raid now. 4 left for Yogg to be active. Shaman kept those 2 cards, so weapon is absolutely always in hand. Or at least available. That will always happen. But I want to set it up like this. Do they have 2 Dread Causes? No, they only have 1. I want to set it up like this so that I can steal the weapon. And not lose the Libram of Wisdom when I swing. But do I die on the swing back? That has Wind Fury. I have to trade that away. I can get some Libram of Wisdom casts here for the Yogg-Saron. But I have to kill the Wind Fury minion. It's too much damage. This gets the Libram of Wisdom back to my hand. Then I will Sticky Finger the weapon. So I don't give it to the Horde Pillager. I get to kill the Wind Fury minion. I get to evolve this into a worse minion. And then I can put a Libram on that one. And I have a Libram of Hope available for next turn. So Horde Pillager currently cannot resurrect the weapon. They would have to have the Custodian or another weapon in order to keep getting more weapons here. And I have another Sticky Finger, so if I can just survive, I will be able to deny 4 weapon hits. But can I survive and do that is another matter. If they have the second weapon already in hand, then I might not be able to deny it.
What more can I ask for?
Yeah, that really doesn't do much. Options. I can obviously wipe this board now with the Pyromancer. There may or may not be Sea Giants coming later. I think I need to just play the Libram of Hope here though. One more spell and Yogg is active, so I'm going to activate the Yogg here. There could be a revolve to get rid of this, but it still gives me another rate drop and the minions cannot attack immediately. So I'm not too concerned about that.
Here for a good time.
So far so good. Is this a list that runs Bloodlust? If it is, there is a risk that I will die to a Bloodlust unless I clear the board. And if I do clear the board, well then the Shaman can probably repopulate it. 18. 28 damage if there's a Bloodlust. I will take my chances against the Bloodlust here.
I cannot wait to read these.
If there's a Bloodlust, I'm dead. There are only a few versions of this deck that run Bloodlust. There are no random cards from the Instructor Fire Heart in hand. So I believe the odds are reasonable. Now I can do Pyromancer, Libra of Justice and Sticky Finger, so that there will be no more of those evolve weapons. What do I do when there is a Divine Shield minion? It still dies when I play a Libra of Wisdom too. So this is a Pyromancer. Libra of Justice. Libra of Wisdom. I can hit with this weapon. Do I actually want to steal the weapon and swing with it? Then I will lose the Libra of Wisdom. That's acceptable. That plays around them having a Sticky Finger tech for this matchup. Because occasionally they do. Occasionally they also have Sticky Finger. Now there can be no more evolves. There can be a revolve. But there's no way to get the Knuckles back. There is a revolve. It actually revolved into itself, right? That's good. Would I play the Yogg-Saron here? Is that needed? 6 damage. Yogg has some game-winning potential. Let's check that one out first. I'll play the Yogg. Let's see what happens. There was some way to skip the animation. Okay. Shaman could get a taunt minion, and they could have a second revolve. But they don't. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.